Today's chemistry topic is reaction of aldehydes and ketones with ammonia and its derivatives. It's a nucleophilic addition reaction. Yes, so lot of ammonia derivatives we have to be discussed in those reactions. First one ammonia and next one amine and hydroxylamine, hydrazine, phenylhydrazine, 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine and semi-carbazide. This much reactions we have to be discussed in this video. First we can explain the nucleophilic addition reaction of the carbonyl compound with ammonia. It is very simple mechanism. Ammonia, as you know, the chemical formula it is NH3. For our easiness, the ammonia NH3 we can write it as NH2H. In this, I am going to be add with a carbonyl compound. So general formula only I am using here. So either aldehyde or ketone, anything can come. So here, for getting the product in a very easy manner, for that NH2 I just changed as like this. Yes, so what the product it is formed here due to this nucleophilic addition of this ammonia to this carbonyl compound is here the water molecule it is eliminated. So rest of the product you just write it here together. See, then double bond NH. This is the compound formed. So this one's name it is imine. This imine, this name we used in the early aldehydes and ketones in that the preparation part. The imine formation it happens there. But there is a chance of confusion. Why it is said to be a nucleophilic addition reaction? Because here you didn't see any of the nucleophile attack anything. So I will explain why it is said to be the nucleophilic attack. Nucleophilic addition reaction. So here carbonyl compound you have to be take it first. So you know that the oxygen having the lone pairs of electrons. Then this addition, nucleophilic addition reaction, it is happening only in the presence of an acid. So what happens is that when we are adding hydrogen in the first stage, it's a reversible reaction and automatically you know that this lone pairs of electron, because of H positive there is an attraction. So there is a bond it is formed. So O positive then okay, but this why this O positive I written here, you can see that this lone pairs of electron it is used for making the bond with the hydrogen. So hydrogen's positive charge it is neutralized, but because of this oxygen it is utilized for making the bond for that. That's why we used it as a positive charge. Yes, so I forgot to put the double bond here. Okay, then this positive charge I told many times in many videos, this positive charge for oxygen it is not an acceptable one. So automatically it will be shifting this bond. So what is the resulting product? I will write here the product here now. The CC, then O, then what happens? The H it comes and lone pairs of electrons both it retain because this bond it is shifting the right. Because of this factor the carbon it is losing, this carbon it is reduced its electrons. That's why this carbon acquires the positive charge. So what happens? The electrophilic center it is ready. The carbon it is an electrophilic center in the above cases we discussed with HCN, which sodium bisulfate, that cases we discussed about that. So this carbon with electrophilic center it is ready. Then now we need one nucleophile. Then only the attack will be happen. So how the way the nucleophile it is getting from this ammonia, that we can check now. So this the electrophilic center of this carbon, what do you get in this step now? That I am just rewriting here again. That I just put it as OH with the lone pairs of electrons. It's the okay. Then in this stage we are going to be add with ammonia. Ammonia, this is instead of this H I am using H, it is a common term that I will explain at the end. Then here NH3 I am just splitting as NH2H. You all knows that there is a lone pairs of electrons in the case of this nitrogen. Right? When there is a lone pairs of electrons, we can say that it is a nucleophile. Why? Because we studied that in the nucleophile definition, when there is a lone pairs of electron, that that species it is considered as a nucleophile, or there is a negative charge if it is there, that is also considered as a nucleophile. Here we can consider this ammonia as a nucleophile because it has the lone pairs of electrons. So what is happening in the next stage? This nucleophilic part, it will be attacking on the positive part of the or electrophilic center of the carbon. So what's the resulting product? You can see that NH2, right? NH2H2. Then this, what happens? This carbon, it receives. So automatically the carbon positive charge it neutralized. But what about the nitrogen? Nitrogen's lone pairs of electrons it is used for making this bond. So the nitrogen, its charge it is positive now because it lost its lone pairs of electrons for making this bond. This nitrogen's bond. Here it is better to be drawn from this nitrogen, so it is easier for you. Then rest all part it will be joining along with that nitrogen. Okay. Then this part, then this portion I forgot to write that it is OH. Okay, the next stage, as I told in the case of oxygen, nitrogen also not preferred to be as in the form of a positive. So what happens in the next stage? H is leaving as H positive. So can you write the product name now? It's very simple. Carbon, then in the next stage O, H it's the, then nitrogen with its lone pairs of electrons, and also one hydrogen and another hydrogen, it's the, right? Then in the next step what happens? We can understand that this bond, the hydrogen from this bond it is shifting here. Automatically this bond also shifting there. The resulting product it is the carbon with the bond and double bond N, because this hydrogen's bond, this bond no, this will be shifting there. Okay, that's why this is double bond now. Then what about this? That H it is leaving as H positive. Then this bond no, it is shifting there. So that means that bond it is automatically go with that. So what is the resulting product? NH. This hydrogen it is leaving as H positive. This part it is with the nitrogen itself. This bond it is going along with this oxygen. Or not only oxygen, OH it is there. So OH it is going with its electron. So it is become OH minus. So the resulting bond it is like this, plus H plus OH portion. So what's the resulting answer? C double bond O NH plus H plus OH minus, that you can write it as H2O. So water elimination takes place at the same time. Nucleophilic, due to the nucleophilic attack of this NH2H portion, we can say that immunity is produced. So that's why it is said to be nucleophilic addition along with elimination of water it is happened. Yes, that's why it is said to be nucleophilic addition elimination reaction. Okay, so this product, its name is imine. So without going much in deeper steps, you can write simply the same reaction here I written in the beginning. But it is that the carbonyl compound, when it is reacts with NH2, just write in this manner, just remove this product and write it together, the product along with water. This all I written, this the rest of the portions I written there. Now what it is really happened here, why it is said to be the nucleophilic addition reaction or a nucleophilic addition elimination reaction. For that I said all these steps here, right? So many examples like the next one, it is reaction with amine. Amine. So amine means you know that RNH2 we are saying it as amine. So when you are add this RNH2 with the carbonyl compound, what's the resulting product? That we are going to be right. For getting the product in an easy manner, we have to be right the reaction like this, H2NR. Then what's the product? You can write here, water you just eliminate, and resulting product it is, just to join it together, the products C double bond N R. So this is said to be substituted imine. The previous one we are studying, this one simply we said about that imine, but here R group it is comes here, that's why it is said to be substituted imine. Then it is a part of Schiff's base. When all the points, if it is correct here, we can say that it is Schiff's base. Okay. And then we can tell about that. We already said about that. This nucleophilic addition reactions in the case of ammonia and ammonia derivative, it is actually happens in the presence of the acid catalyst, and this equilibrium favors the product formation. Due to this reaction, we are here, you can see that favoring the product formation due to the rapid dehydration of water. Due to that method only the product formation, by the elimination of water only the product formation it is happening. So two reactions I explained here. With the help of these two reactions we can write the general way of writing the ammonia and ammonia derivatives, that I am going to be write simply. So instead of NH2, here are we used in the case of amines, or in the case of ammonia in this place H. So here we can simply write it as, instead of this H and R, with general notation we can use here. In ammonia in this place set place H, in the case of amine in this place R. So if there is such an ammonia derivatives, the product it should be water removal, and afterwards you will get the product, it is answered. Yes, this is the product formed. In between the intermediate formation and all that we explained many times what's happening in this. With the help of ammonia explained everything, so that the same mechanism if you want you can use it. So two types of ammonia derivatives we discussed. The next one, the reaction with a hydroxylamine and the carbonyl compound. Hydroxylamine means, what's the general notation of hydroxylamine? That it is NH2OH. It is said to be hydroxylamine. NH2OH. This is said to be hydroxylamine. In this situation, we are going to be at the carbonyl compound. What's the resulting product? Remove water and you can write it as C double bond ONOH. Yes, so the product formed here it is oxime. And double bond NOH, this part we are calling the name is oxime. So I am just writing one example. So almost all the examples we are used like this now. So with one example I will write the same. Methanol if we are using, formaldehyde when we are using, with hydroxylamine, what's the product you can? It is very simple thing. The water you just eliminate, rest of the portion you join it. So HHC double bond NOH. Its name is, one carbon it is here, two hydrogen here. So meth, the hydrocarbon part it is methanol oxime. The name it is methanol oxime is the name. Likewise, if there is from ethanol it is preparing ethanol oxime. Yes, from ketone if it is preparing this oxime due to the reaction with the hydroxylamine, you can say that it is propanone oxime. Likewise, so one more example if you want, I am writing here C double bond CH3. Examples, any in this portion any aldehyde or ketone anything can come. So in this situation I am going to be add NOH. The answer it is very simple to write, just remove water and just write it there. But mechanism I explained. Mechanism it's not important in this reaction, but why it is said to be nucleophilic addition, for that purpose only I explained that all the mechanisms. Right, here you can write the name it is because this is propanone. In that propanone oxime it is substituted. So propanone oxime is the name of this, the oxime formed here. Yes, next chemical reaction of the carbonyl compounds with hydrazine. Hydrazine, it's very simple compound. It is NH2NH2. It is said to be hydrazine. In this compound we are going to be add with the carbonyl compound. As we discussed earlier, the same thing situation here. Remove water and you will get the product double bond N single bond NH2. Yes, so this is the product formed here. The product formed here we are named it as hydrazone. Hydrazine we added here. The product formed here we are telling it as the name is hydrazone. The next one you can write it the same. The reaction with the phenylhydrazine. Phenyl phenyl hydrazine, that means in the hydrazine you know that NH2 in that hydrazine, phenyl hydrazine means NH2 in that one of the H you remove, in that place phenyl group it is getting substituted. Phenyl group it is getting substituted. Simply if you want you can write it as NH2NH C6H5, it is said to be phenyl hydrazine. In the hydrazine, one of the H you have to be removed, and in that place phenyl group gets substituted. Instead of this way of writing, you can write C6H5 also. In this situation, we are going to be add with the carbonyl carbon. So as I told here, for our easiness for writing the answer, you just change the position of the hydrogen. So easy removal of water, it will be happen like that only. So here the product formed here, C double bond O N NH C6H5. This is the product formed. So here its name is phenyl. The product formed here it is phenyl hydrazone. Okay. Note it down. We added here hydrazine. The product formed here it is hydrazone. Okay, phenyl hydrazine changed to phenyl hydrazone. If there is a acetone, if it is we are adding here, so acetone propanone phenyl hydrazone is the name of that compound. Okay, the next one, it is very important one, 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. It is normally in the exams that 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. Likewise it is mentioning 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. Likewise in your question paper the question it will be coming. Sometime only it will be giving in such a bigger explanation. 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. This is said to be one of the reagent also. One common reagent name for this particular chemical, that it is Brady's reagent. Brady's reagent. It is said to be 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine, that is said to be this particular reagent. So when this carbonyl compound, when it is added with, what is meant by 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine? That is very simple. Phenyl hydrazine, you know that. Phenyl hydrazine means NH2NH, one of the H it is removed, and in that place phenyl group. Then 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine means this is 1, right? This is 2. So in this position NO2 and 3, 4. This is 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. So that means hydrazine group, in that phenyl group attached, so phenyl hydrazine, and in that phenyl group second position and fourth position when there is an NO2 group, if it's there, it is said to be 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine. In this compound we are going to be add with this carbonyl group. So I am just writing this carbonyl group along with this particular compound, so then only we can remove the water. So when we remove this water, rest of the points you join here. Rest of all the portions you join here. So what's the resulting thing? NH, then okay, NO2, here NO2. The product formed here, the name it is 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone. Okay, if ethanol with we are using this 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine addition, you can get ethanol 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone, the product. Okay, so this Brady's reagent or 2,4-DNP, likewise the notations you note it down for this case. Then due to this addition you are getting this particular product now. Aldehydes and ketones, when it is reacts with the 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine, you will get orange or yellow precipitate. This chemical reaction we are normally doing in the organic chemistry practicals in the lab. 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazine reagent addition. The next, for identifying whether the given compound is aldehyde or ketone, for that particular purpose we are using this 2,4-DNP. Next one, the reaction with semicarbazide. So for that addition we have to be know about that what is meant by this compound semicarbazide. So it is said to be In the hydrazine, no, hydrazine you know that NH2, NH2. In this, one of the hydrogen you remove. So what happens? NH2, NH, it will be there. Along with that, in this semi-carbazide, no, in that CONH2 group, CONH2 group, when it is joining, it is said to be semi-carbazide. C double bond O, in that when we are adding NH2, NH, CONH2, you can see that one of the water molecule, when it is removed, the resulting portion you just join it together, NNH, CO, NH2. That is the resulting product formed here. So here its compound's name, it is semi-carbazone.